you're heading to Valencia and want the best 2 days possible, don't skip this. I'm taking you through the real highlights, futuristic landmarks, hidden tapas spots, and an authentic Pela-class local swear-by. No fluff, just the good stuff. Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next city. Day 1. Exploring Valencia's historic heart. Morning. Plaza del Ayuntamiento. Start your Valencia morning at Plaza del Ayuntamiento, the city's central square and a lively place that quickly sets the mood for exploring the old town. The wide-open layout gives you a full view of the fountain, the town hall, and the elegant facades that frame the plaza, making it an easy first stop before you move into the narrower historic streets. Take a moment to look around the square. The small flower stalls add a bit of color, and the morning light makes the buildings stand out in a clean, simple way. It's a relaxed spot to ease into your day and grab a few photos without crowds. What makes this square useful is how close it sits to everything else on your route. From here, the walk toward the next landmark is direct and only takes a few minutes, so the day starts smoothly without any backtracking. National Ceramics Museum. A short walk from the square brings you to the National Ceramics Museum, and you'll notice the building as soon as it comes into view. The facade of the Palace of Marque de las Aguas is bold and full of Baroque details, the kind that make you pause for a moment to just take it all in. If you want to step inside, you can do it without losing much time. The museum focuses on ceramics and decorative arts, and entry is about $3.50. It's a small detour that adds a bit of Valencia's artistic side to your morning. Even a quick stop outside leaves an impression. The building has a very distinct look, and it adds a nice touch of character to your route. Late morning, Plaza de la Arena. Next, simply walk over to the Plaza de la Arena, one of the biggest squares in the old town. It's a bright, open space filled with cafes, shops, and swaying palms, the perfect spot to pause and relax just for a moment. Keep an eye out for one of the main entrances to Valencia Cathedral right here. It makes a fantastic, quick photo opportunity before continuing the journey. Since the square sits in the middle of the old town, you'll pass through it naturally as you explore the nearby streets. Plaza de la Virgen. From Plaza de la Arena, continue just a minute up the street and you'll step right into Plaza de la Virgen. This spot is one of the prettiest corners of the old town and you'll feel that atmosphere immediately. The Turia fountain sits right in the center, surrounded by beautiful old stone buildings and a small garden of orange trees that gives the entire square a calm, sunny look. Take a moment to walk around the fountain and take in the view. The Turia fountain's figures represent the main river and its 8 irrigation canals, highlighting the agricultural importance of water to the region. The buildings here have a very classical feel, and the open layout makes it easy to see why locals and visitors love this spot so much. Valencia Cathedral. Now make your way toward the Valencia Cathedral, which stands right between the 2 main squares you just visited. The mix of architectural styles on the outside immediately grabs your attention. Look for the rounded section facing the square. It has a unique look that feels a bit like a smaller, softer version of the Colosseum. If you choose to step inside, you'll see the chalice that Valencia officially presents as the Holy Grail. Entry is about $10 and includes an audio guide. You can also climb the Migueleta Tower for incredible city views if you're up for the workout. The Migueleta Tower took over 50 years to complete in the 15th century and serves as a classic symbol of Valencia's Gothic architecture. Insider tip. The cathedral ticket is one of the few places not fully covered by the Valencia tourist card. However, if you still have the card, you can still get around a $1 discount on entry. Horchata at Horchateria Santa Catalina. Time for a truly essential local taste. Head over to Horchateria Santa Catalina, one of the oldest in the city, operating continuously in the historic building since 1905. Try Valencia's famous horchata. This version is made from tiger nuts, so the flavor is light, a little nutty, and totally different from any rice-based drink you might have had elsewhere. A cool glass starts from around $3. For the perfect pairing, order a fartón. It's a soft, sweet pastry made specifically for dipping, and having the two together is an easy way to feel like a local right here in the heart of the Old Town. Stop at La Estrecha. Take a short detour to see La Estrecha, a tiny building famous for its incredible lack of width. It's so narrow that most people walk right past it, which is exactly why the stop is so fun. The building measures just over a meter wide. Believe it or not, a family managed to live here years ago, with each floor belonging to a different person. You can't go inside, but it is the perfect, quick, and distinctive photo moment that adds a nice bit of personality to your walk through the Old Town. Afternoon, lunch at Central Market. Time to head into Merchant Central for lunch. This huge indoor market is absolutely packed with stalls selling everything from fresh seafood and local cheeses to fruit and sweets. The atmosphere here is lively, and it's great fun just walking through the aisles to see what grabs your attention. If you're craving a cooked meal instead of just snacks from the stall, look for the Central Bar. This counter is run by Michelin-starred chef Ricard Camarena. It's a busy spot, but the dishes are fresh, simple, and beautifully made. Most plates land in the $20 to $30 range, making it a solid choice if you want something tasty without sitting down for a long restaurant meal. Insider tip: the market closes relatively early, usually around 3 p.m., so be sure to plan your lunch stop in the early afternoon. Silk Exchange, La Lonja de la Seda. Now, make your way to the Silk Exchange, one of the most important historic buildings in Valencia. This huge 15th century Gothic hall once played a major role in the city's massive silk trade. As soon as you step inside to the courtyard, you'll notice the tall stone columns and magnificent carved details. Entry is about $2, and you can walk through the halls in just a few minutes. The contracting hall features stunning twisted columns that seem to reach up into the vaulted ceiling, symbolizing the economic power of Valencia held during the Golden Age. The architecture itself is the main highlight here, and a quick look around is enough to understand why this building is such a big part of Valencia's history. Late afternoon, Agua de Valencia at Café de las Horas. Now for a perfect afternoon treat. Head straight to Café de las Horas to try one of Valencia's signature drinks, the Agua de Valencia. This is a bright mix of cava, vodka, gin, and fresh orange juice, and it tastes a lot lighter than you'd expect. Jugs start from around $13 for 2 people, so sharing is simple if you're visiting with someone. The cafe has a colorful, unique interior that fits the vibe of the drink perfectly. I recommend ordering a small jug to start. It goes down smoothly, and it makes for the perfect finish to the afternoon. Evening, Torres de Serranos. Next, head over to the Torres de Serranos, one of the huge old gateways that once marked the entrance to Valencia. The towers are tall and solid, and seeing them up close immediately makes you feel the massive scale of the original city's defenses. You can climb right to the top if you're in the mood for a bit of exercise. Historically, the towers housed a temporary prison for nobles up until the late 19th century, adding a layer of dramatic history to their imposing architecture. The steps are steep, but once you reach the upper level, you get a beautiful, wide view over the rooftops and the edge of the Turia Gardens. Insider tip: if you bought the Valencia tourist card, you get free entry here. If you didn't buy the card, plan to climb on a Sunday or public holiday. Entry is totally free on those days. Paella cooking class. Trying a paella cooking class in Valencia is something truly unique. This is the birthplace of paella, and learning it here feels genuinely special. The classes are hands-on, relaxed, and a fun way to understand how much technique actually goes into a dish that looks so simple. Most sessions start by walking you through the ingredients and showing the proper way to build the base. You cook side by side with an instructor, pick up small tricks that locals swear by, and then get to sit down and eat the exact paella you just made. Prices usually land between $55 and $80 per person, depending on the group size and what the class includes. Dinner becomes the paella you cook. Sharing the meal with the group at the end always turns into one of the most memorable parts of the entire day. Day 2. Valencia's modern icons and the coast. Morning, Turia Park. Start your morning with a walk through Turia Park, a long green stretch sitting exactly where the old river once flowed. The paths offer wide, comfortable walking, and as you move along, you'll pass palms, fountains, small gardens, and plenty of shaded spots. People run, stroll, and relax here, so you'll find the atmosphere easy and calm in the mornings. The river was diverted outside the city in 1957 after a massive flood, and the empty riverbed became this incredible 9-kilometer stretch of green space. It's a great way to ease into the day, and the route naturally guides you straight toward the City of Arts and Sciences. Insider tip: if you have a little extra time, stop by the nearby Monforte Gardens. Entry is totally free, and the garden feels quiet and tucked away. A beautiful, nice break before heading to your next stop. Late morning, City of Arts and Sciences. Now make your way to the City of Arts and Sciences. This is Valencia's striking modern complex, and you'll see immediately that it looks totally futuristic. The buildings are huge and bright white, with shapes that feel more like something from a movie set than a city center. The entire iconic complex was designed by Valencia's own famous architect, Santiago Calatrava. The area is wide open, so take your time walking the paths before you choose what to visit. The main attractions here are the Science Museum, the Hemispheric IMAX Theater, and Oceanographic, the largest aquarium in all of Europe. Look for the Palau de las Arts Reina Sofia, which is the opera house and performing arts center. It resembles a massive ship resting on the water. Most people focus on one or two spots, as each place has plenty to keep you busy for a long time. If you're leaning toward the Oceanographic, that is a solid choice. The Shark Tunnel is a favorite, and the easy layout means you can move around without rushing. No matter which section you go for, exploring the whole complex is exciting and feels completely different from the old town. Insider tip: if you want to visit more than one attraction, definitely buy the combo pass. Prices start around $35 and it saves money. Also, the Valencia tourist card gives you a 10% discount on all tickets here. Afternoon, brunch at La Pepica. Once you finish at the City of Arts and Sciences, head straight to La Pepica for brunch right at the beach. The restaurant sits perfectly on the promenade, so you can look out at the water while you eat. It's a relaxed spot with plenty of space and a fantastic menu full of classic rice dishes and paellas. Most plates here land in the $20 to $30 range, and the portions are always generous. Coming earlier in the afternoon works well because the place fills up quickly. Eating here is the perfect way to enjoy something truly local while you're already just steps away from the sand. Beachfront stroll. After brunch, walk straight onto the sand and spend some relaxed time at the beach. Playa de las Arenas sits right in front of the La Pepica, so you don't need to go far at all. The beach is wide, open, and easy to enjoy. You can lie down for a bit or take a slow walk along the water. If you prefer a quieter stretch, simply keep walking toward Cabañal or Malvarosa. The promenade follows the coastline, making it simple to move between beaches without leaving the path. The late afternoon works especially well here as the sun softens and the whole area feels much more relaxed. Evening, flamenco show. Treat yourself to a spectacular flamenco show. This is a lively way to spend the evening and enjoy one of Spain's most iconic art forms. The mix of guitar, singing, and dance feels incredibly powerful in a small venue, and watching it up close gives the entire performance a special kind of energy. You can choose a show at Palo Santo, which usually starts around 8:30 p.m., or visit La Bruleria for an 8 o'clock performance. La Bruleria also offers a full dinner experience, so you can enjoy the show while having your evening meal. Both venues create an intimate atmosphere that sets a fantastic mood for the rest of your evening. Dinner at Casa Montana. Before you end your night, make your way to Casa Montana in the Cabañal neighborhood. This spot has been around for years, and it's famous for its excellent tapas, great wine, and relaxed atmosphere. Casa Montana first opened its doors in 1836, and historical patrons, including Hemingway and royalty, cemented its local legend status. The moment you walk in, you'll see shelves lined with bottles and small tables set close together, immediately giving the place a warm, local feel. The menu changes with the season, but expect fantastic dishes like grilled vegetables, perfectly salted anchovies, croquettes, and a great selection of cold tapas. Most plates fall in the $15 to $30 range, so you can easily order a few different things to share. Their wine list is one of the highlights, so definitely try a glass or two while you eat. Useful info for spending 2 days in Valencia. Best time to visit. The best time to visit Valencia is from April to June, and again in September and October. These months bring warm, steady sunshine without the heavy summer heat. Daytime temperatures sit comfortably around the mid-70s Fahrenheit, or about 24 to 26 degrees Celsius, which makes walking the city comfortable and enjoyable. If possible, avoid midsummer. The intense heat and humidity make daytime exploration much harder. Shoulder season visits offer the best conditions for beaches and easy sightseeing. City airport tips. Valencia Airport sits only about 6 miles from the city center, or roughly 10 kilometers, so getting into the city is quick. Taxis and ride shares usually cost between $20 and $30, but if you prefer a simple, budget-friendly option, the metro runs straight from the terminal, with tickets starting at around $5. Buses also operate regularly, with fares starting around $1.50 and get you into the center in a short amount of time. Where to stay in the city? Valencia has several great areas for basing yourself. Ciutat Vella is perfect for staying close to historic streets and main landmarks. Hotels here generally cost between $120 and $200 per night. For a budget-friendly option, consider the Purple Nest Hostel for around $30 per night. Ruzafa offers a high-energy vibe with great bars. Example gives you quieter, wider streets. Hotels in these areas range from $130 to $220. How to get around the city. Valencia makes moving around very easy. You can explore most of the old town simply on foot. The metro and buses connect to the wider city well. A single trip ticket costs about $1.50. Taxis and bike paths are also available options. If you plan to visit several attractions, buy the Valencia tourist card. It offers free travel on public transport and discounts on museum entries. Where to eat? Valencia offers fantastic dining across its neighborhoods. For classic tapas, head to the Old Town. You must try the Tasca Angel. They serve traditional Valencian tapas like local seafood and simple potato dishes, costing about $15 to $25 per person. In Ruzafa, grab brunch at a lively spot like Dulce de Leche. Their pastries and breakfasts are very popular, usually running $10 to $20. If you need a dedicated plant-based choice, Copenhagen stands out. They offer creative vegetarian dishes like pumpkin croquettes for about $15 to $20. And that brings your 2 days in Valencia to a close. From mastering paella and climbing the Serranos towers to exploring the beaches and tasting local horchata, you've packed immense culture and fun into a short time. If this guide helped map out your travel, please hit the like button and subscribe for future itineraries. Ready for your next trip? Check out our Sevilla adventure video right here to discover your next amazing destination.